Okay, we are all good here. I want to say namaste to everybody. We have three beautiful light workers who are here at the center right now. And we have our beautiful light workers who are on Zoom. I would love if you are here for the very first time, if you would please just say, hi, I'm new, so we can welcome you. That would be awesome. Just go into the chat if this is your first time participating. And if it's not, it looks like I do see maybe one or two new names on here. Welcome, welcome. Just say, hi, I'm new, so we can say hello. Okay, so generally, we usually have our little chat at 6:45, but guess what? That didn't happen today. So no worries, we keep on plugging along. And that's where, we have to have, and this is a good thing to talk about, the um the need to be flexible. Okay, we can have the best laid out plans. Okay, and I was very good many moons ago in the corporate world, setting your goals, the timeline they need to be finished, and that's a good thing. It moved you forward. Okay, it progressed in your life. Okay, however, it comes to a certain point when it's like that's very good, but now you're at this level that you need to surrender. We do the goals. We knew what the timelines are. Okay, your higher self is saying, and it'll be as Metatron said, at the divinely appointed time, and that's when it's a new way of living. When you begin to come into a flow, it's a different thing from setting goals, having timelines. And should you have, like, this is what I see, visualization boards and affirmations. Absolutely, absolutely. But within that context, okay, is a flexibility. And when you say, okay, I'm handing this, not just coming from myself, the egoic self, but I'm also bringing this up to a higher level of myself, which is my higher self, okay, which can have a broader landscape of what's going on and your life path that you in your situation in this reality bite cannot tap into yet. You're just not there yet. And this is where the faith comes in into what? Your own self, your own higher self. Your higher self then dictates and say, take this class, here's some synchronicities, pay attention, breathe, stay centered, step away from that, move in that direction, although you thought you were going here. So, go here at the very last minute. I thought it's going to do this, but oops, it changed now. Okay. And it's all this stuff because you begin to interpret and become aware of a higher language or a higher communication that's trying to talk to you. It's trying to talk, and it takes a moment to say, wait a second here. There's these divine synchronicities going on. Or, oh, how interesting. I just thought of that and just came in. Or this dream just happened. Or I have this feeling. However it comes to you, you start to recognize that there is another layer, okay, of communication that you're a part of. But it's not loud. It's not loud. What's distracting is loud, okay? What this higher level is, okay, is more subtle, okay? And it is the language of the soul, you may want to say, that's trying to pulse out to you. This other part of you that has this higher sensing, this higher knowing, but what it wants you to do is to pay attention. That's how you develop it. Pay attention to what it's saying to you. Yes, are there people we all work together as the family of light? Everybody has their different talents. Other people have different healing abilities, teaching abilities, the past, present, the future, Akashic record, all that stuff. Okay, when we come together as the family of light, you have your little puzzle piece. You say, hey, this is what I can do. I can do light language. Oh, that's great. Hey, this is what I could do. I could sense and feel energy. Oh, that's great. Hey, this is what I could do. I can clairvoyantly see. Oh, that's great. I'm clairaudient. Oh, that's great. I'm clairsentient. All of us together have whatever our unique puzzle pieces to click in to the larger puzzle of life and creation. And when we begin to do that, I'm able to see a higher vision because I'm part of this tribe of light. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. I learned this. I can contribute something. So, but everybody is equal. Everybody comes together as a tribe equally. What is the equalizing part of us? We all come from the divine. We are all made in the image and the similitude of the divine. That's the equalizing factor. No matter what your puzzle piece may be, somebody may be a puzzle piece. Say, I have to take a leadership role. That's what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Somebody else says, you know what? I'm going to go into the monastery and I'm going to pray and chant for the world all day, all night long. Somebody says, you know what? I really have this strong missionary part of myself. I feel I need to go to other countries and I need to feed them and clothe them and help them on that level that's needed. Okay, so saying that to say, okay, that we have to be true to our authentic selves. Our authentic self says, hey, you got a job here that only you can do. And the more you develop that part of yourself, okay, the more you can contribute to the collective. Okay, the more you start to develop this, there's something else going on. I'm a sensing it and feel, I don't understand it all, but I know I got to pay attention. I know there's a higher benevolent, loving force because guess what, boys and girls? We all come from the divine similitude. We all come from the divine image. We're all part of the Atman Kadmon, the divine human. We're all sparks of this light, okay, in our unique way, each one of us. So the only job that we have to do is improve ourselves by what your higher self is directing you to how to do that. Read this book, start a meditation practice, start running and exercising, watch your diet, whichever way it comes to you. Stay in your power, watch your boundaries. It'll talk to you. And the thing is that you can't be that busy where you ignore it, right? That you ignore it. So all I want to say to everybody who is here, okay, is that be empowered, okay, into the magnificence of who you truly are. It's not this animal body. I mean, it's the temple, you know, we have it, but the real temple is the inner temple of the spark of the divine that you hold within you. And you want to start to fan that part of yourself, to let it grow, to let it come out, even as you walk a physical, mental, and emotional world of lots of chaos, of lots of imbalances, of lots of miscreations that want to pull you away. And you say, oh, little voice, no, I'm coming back. Pull the way, oh, little voice, coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, and like, whoa, I'm on this, I'm on this path of light, coming back, coming, whoa, wait a minute, I have a lot more in this. Whoa, I'm not even the same person I was a year ago. Whoa, forget about 5 years ago. I'm a completely different person. I'm at a completely different level of consciousness. And your soul is saying, and guess what? There's more. There's a lot more. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go on this journey to make known the unknown. This part of myself, and every challenge, I'm getting stronger because I remember who I am, and I could get on the other side of any challenge that comes. With, hey, I'm remembering this. I remember that I'm a divine creation with great power, and I'm a co-creator. And your brain goes, wow, wait a minute, I could do this, I could do that, I can help this way. And you look back and say, oh my gosh, I remember when I had self-esteem issues that I thought I was not worthy. And I thought that, everybody was smarter than me and healthy. Oh my gosh, if I could only go back to my former self and say, "Oh, my darling, you are so much more. You don't know that yet. And now we do not." And whatever that is, that somebody feels that's a biggie that they're not worthy enough. Okay. Or how about this one? How about this one? Okay. Holding on to things by not forgiving. That's a biggie. That's a biggie. And not only that, to add to the complexity of it, it could be totally unconscious. You could say, "Oh, I forgave that person." Really? Really? Get triggered? Like, I guess I haven't. If there's any sense of rage, okay, I know I had totally forgiven in myself with my ex-husband when I no longer was triggered. But it didn't matter. I'm like, "Hi, how are you? Everything's good." All of that was done. Phew. For years. I thought I'd forgive it, and I didn't. So finally, I think you got to dig real deep. And don't forget, there's the soul connections, past life connections. There's a lot of stuff to clean up. There is. And so, and also, the big thing with forgiveness, what about forgiving yourself? That's a big one. That's a real big one. What if we all knew now, okay, right now, as we've been seasoned and have a higher awareness, and we go back in time and look at that person who was, I don't know, and a teenager in their 20s and their 30s. Okay, what if we could go back and say, "Wow, I wish I could tell you what I know now that I didn't know back then." Oh, wouldn't that be just amazing and wonderful? So that is the way that our mistakes that we make, the pitfalls, the known and an unknown. I didn't know I was causing this frequency that's not that good. I didn't realize that at the time. Okay, so what are you going to do? Say, "Oh my God, that's what I did. What an idiot I was." Blah, 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 blah. Who is the best at beating up ourselves? But us. We come first. "What an idiot I was. Why didn't I see that? I should have said this." You have a whole conversation, okay, of energetic exchange within your own brain. You're not even talking to anyone. You're talking to yourself back and forth. And when you open your mouth and say it out loud, they're like, "Wow, that's a crazy person right there." Because you're talking to yourself, right? So, we all do this. We all do this. And then finally, we're like, "Wait a minute." You become conscious of it. That's the key. It's like, I am doing this. And why am I getting myself upset for no reason? And part of it, okay, is other influences. So sometimes your thoughts are not even your own. And that's now you have to come to the new level of discerning. Okay. Somebody's walking around in rage all the time. Angry, 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 angry. They don't even know why they're angry. They're just angry. They come to a point of hopefully healing and reflection. That's why reflection is so important. So where is this rage stemming from? And sometimes it's some little triggering thing, and we all have been through traumatic experiences. Welcome to planet Earth. Nobody escapes the traumatic experiences. No one. It's sort of an initiation. And so when you go through this initiation and this trauma, and yeah, there can be outside influences that come and say, "Hey, we got a gateway to come in. Let's continue this rage, or let's continue this lust, or let's continue this addiction." Yeah, that's real. You can come to yourself and say, "Wait a minute, I want to change." Maybe not that easy, which is where you need to have and call in higher divine intervention, okay, to have El Gibor, the strength of God. And that's when you say, "Wait a minute, I'm aware beyond the physical. I'm now becoming aware of the invisible. And there's some stuff going on over there." And you don't have to understand it all. I don't think anybody understands it all, but what you do understand is I'm on a path of light. And I'm going to start doing those practices that are going to keep me on the path of light. And if I fall off, it's going to be okay because I'm going to get back on. I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to make the effort, okay, to understand more and be the best version of myself I can in the way I can. That is me, and staying in my power always. And finally, the last thing is staying in your power. You hand your power over to no one. Hand your power over to them. You are a divine creation. You have your direct, as the Gnostic will say, to the divine directly. Hello. And it knows your vibration. It knows your voice. It knows your intentions. It knows you were a collective, but it knows you personally. Look at that little vibration coming from Susie. Look at that. Look at her little prayers coming in. It's coming over here. Oops, she's look like she's going there, but that's okay. There's the loving angels and support systems are coming in. Okay, she's back. Look at she's got into this. Okay, she's not going to fall in that mistake again. She already knows that. And the vibration continue. They know you personally. And as you start to align yourself with the path of light, how do you do that? It is the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. If something is not coming from compassion, if something is not coming from a higher point of understanding, because when you have the higher understanding of things, you can't help but being compassionate when you have the full understanding. You will always have to come from a compassionate heart, no matter how horrible, disgusting it is. When you have the largest but you understand, you must come from compassion because everybody got issues. Everybody. You're on planet Earth in this little body animal wrap, you got issues just to start off with. Okay. The idea now is to bring in the higher true self, which is your spiritual self, to be the dominant in this body wrap consciousness that we find ourselves in. And that's going to lead you to what Jesus called the narrow path. And the path is narrow, brothers and sisters. The path is narrow. But prevail, move forward. For every challenge, there's a silver lining, and you move forward. So I sure didn't plan to have this long discussion, but that's what happens in the moment. You got to be flexible and do it. So I see here Ashley King. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. And thank you for sharing your beautiful light with us. Just real quick, and just for everybody else to know, the anchoring light transmission meditation, which is a transmission. We are totally aware of what it is we're doing. We're connected to higher realms of light. We're very clear what we're connected to. It is the Ein Sof, limitless light. It is the King of Kings, God of God, Queen of Queens. It is the original creator. So we always come into a holy, sacred, highest alignment in the divinity realms. Okay. And we are, you could say, the boots on the ground. Okay, we came into this incarnation to bring and raise the vibration of this beautiful planet into a higher frequency, okay, and to bring all of her life out of suffering and duality and illusion and all of that good stuff. So we work with the higher celestial realms of light. Higher celestial realms of light work with us. We are part of the divine plan. We're here to move things forward.